Well, it's the Driving to the Top production crew. Let's see. You've got me. That'd be me, top left, Dylan S. Sports One, Big D Podcast. Over there, the biggest Saints and Texan fan. By the way, the Texans overcame a 29-10 deficit and scored 26 straight points against my Jags. Hoss. We've got Adam, who I think is still licking his wounds over Sunday night. Jeremy, congrats for your Lions. And by the way, Amar Dance got an 11.1 on the Richter scale. And last but not least, all veteran on Veterans Day, Ken the Bear fan, who I personally think might have been the reason why Jackson Dalton was knocked out of the game on Sunday.
So power went out of my house, guys. That's why I'm on a different camera tonight. Just to let everyone know why I look ridiculous. I mean, I always do.
But Adam, you need that Elon Musk internet at your house.
I don't know what happened. Whenever power goes out, this computer doesn't fire right up. But anyway, I'm live with us tonight, so yeah, that's my story until this thing fires up.
I was thinking, there've been questionable calls. I mean, if we all watched Monday Night Football last night, and it seemed like both teams were offside on the touch push. I want everybody to talk about a controversial play that happened, good or bad, involving your team.
Well, I would have to go back a week because I didn't see very many controversial calls.
No, all time.
Oh, all time? All time. Good Lord. The face guarding where they picked up the flag in Dallas in the wild card game.
Why don't you just go with the Megatron touchdown that wasn't a touchdown, JB?
Against Chicago.
Yeah.
That same season.
Yeah.
Do I really need to say mine? I'll let y'all guess mine.
Rams Saints.
Oh, I already know. Nicole.
He said it. By the way, Ken, I'm saluting you today for Veterans Day. I got the Blackhawks hat on, wearing Chicago colors today.
Yeet. There you go. See the shirt, which represents my current town.
Yeet, Florida.
And Adam, knowing your Steelers, I can think of a call that may have gone your way once.
What are you gonna say? The push off in the Super Bowl?
No, I was gonna say immaculate reception, or if you're in Oakland, immaculate deception.
Hey, there was no good camera angles, and as far as I know, that ball was caught and taken back to the house.
That's right.
By the way, I have one that involves two of the teams. Jeremy, Adam, do you remember Thanksgiving 1998 when the referee scored the overtime coin toss?
Oh, and we took the wind? Yeah.
And I think it was, and the bus said one way, and the referee said the other way.
He called heads to begin with, and just before it hit the ground and it started to show tails, he goes, "No, it's a tail."
Yeah, that was a weird one. Well, at least both teams get the ball in overtime now. I've got one. 2001, Jaguars-Browns, the famous Bottlegate play. When Cleveland got a first down, then Tim Couch spiked the ball, and then all of a sudden, the referee, Terry McCauley, went back, reviewed it, and called an incomplete pass, and the dog pound threw bottles onto the field. It was one of the ugliest scenes. It looked like something you see in Europe or WWE.
I'll give you one of the most
I remember that game.
in Lions history. And it's 2 GMs back to back, practically. First was Matt Millen in 2000. Second was Bob Quinn in 2016. Fired by good old William Clay Ford.
By the way, didn't Matt Millen draft three wide receivers in 3 consecutive
first? No, it was 3 and 4 drafts because there was Joey Harrington in between there.
Yeah, but Harrington went number 3 in 2002 because in 2003 you drafted who did you draft in 2003? I think that was Charles Rogers. Then 2004 was Roy Williams out of Texas. And 2005 was Mike Williams when you could have drafted Marcus Wade. Oops.
Hey, there was a lot of oops by Matt Millen. I call it the death gate of despair for a reason.
Yeah, and that year my team drafted Matt Jones, who didn't exactly have a great career. He ended up getting involved with drugs and alcohol, and didn't go so well.
Hey, Tyler Shaw accidentally looks 10 times better than Spencer Rattler.
Let me talk to you. Matter of fact, let me pull them numbers up. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get that up. Now,
you don't know him.
If you want to talk about best play, no, you're talking to a guy with Forrest Gump IQ.
Well, that means you should be good at something on accident.
But I got a guy with a Forrest Gump IQ, but a college degree. All right, Tyler Shuck, 19 for 27, 282 passing yards, 2 touchdown passes to Chris Olave and Jawan Johnson, but can't run the ball worth the shit. 4 carries for -3 yards.
I don't care about the athleticism. You're talking about a guy that runs like he's a giraffe with a broken leg being dragged by a lion at the same time.
He runs like a what?
A giraffe with a broken leg being dragged by a lion.
Oh my God.
That's Jared Goff running with the football.
Oh, I thought he said Tyler Shuck was running like that.
No, he said you're talking to a guy that has a QB that runs like that.
Oh, Jesus. I know my QB doesn't run like that.
No, he didn't until he realized he actually could run.
My QB runs like that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hey, I got to ask Ken this. I'm pretty sure it happened for the last today on Ken and Ken. How many Packers fans were blown up about that horrific kick at the end of the game?
Actually, you know what? It barely got a mention.
And it was stupid. The announcer even said, if this kick is made and there's swirling winds tonight, if this kick is made, it's the longest that's ever been made at Lambeau in history.
Yeah, there was.
I've seen worse kicks on College Game Day. That was probably worse than the kicks I saw on College Game Day.
But the Packers, think about it, they go from first to third like that. That's the parity of this league and this division.
And from 3rd seed to 7th seed in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I must say, watching that game last night, I'm like, that was the ugly. I thought for a while we had a chance of maybe seeing the first Monday night shutout. Maybe remind me of that Monday night football game between Pittsburgh and Miami.
No, I tell you what, you watched those 2 teams last night, and you're like going, I've got either of them or both of them on my schedule. I'm not so worried.
Here's the most.
I'll tell you what I saw. You know what I saw? I saw a replay of Thursday night football, the Denver Broncos versus the Raiders.
That was a better game.
Same score, 10-7.
Game. I had no fun on our podcast and watching that fucking game.
But out of the 100,000 owners of the Green Bay Packers, which one's going to fire Matt LaFleur first?
No one.
Oh, there's a bunch of them that want to.
No one. We did talk about that this morning, though. It's like, look, they might not win this week against the Giants. The Giants are kind of like look at their front seven is damn good. They took a top 5 offensive line and held them to task last week in Chicago. That's why that game was what it was. Offensively, yeah, I mean, without depending on who their quarterback is, will depend on how New York does. But defensively, and with that beat up offensive line that Green Bay has, like, dude, Green Bay could lose next week. And they're like, well, if Green Bay loses next week, we're definitely firing LaFleur. I'm like, dude, he's done nothing but win in Green Bay for you. Like, I hope Green Bay fans are stupid enough to call for LaFleur to be fired if they lose next week in New York or if they don't make the playoff. Like, please, because good coaches are hard to find. And he's actually a good coach.
I'll tell you who's going to lose Monday. I'm calling it now. I think the Raiders beat the Cowboys next Monday. Since they almost beat Denver, I think they'll beat Dallas.
No. Vegas is no.
Denver almost lost that game. That's how bad the Raiders played.
Bo Nix pooped his pants.
Yeah. Hey, Charles.
He's in a row.
Well,
I was just saying, it's nice that I got a Charles Harris signed mini helmet, right?
By the way, speaking of the Giants, Brian Dable was fired earlier this morning. To me,
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I was dumbfounded with the move, thinking I thought Jackson Dart showed a lot of problems. Does he run too much? Sure. Does he get hurt too much?
4 concussions in 6 games.
Why did a guy play football 20 years ago?
Why didn't the GM get fired with him?
That's the better question.
I mean, Miami went the other way, fired the GM, and we'll talk about Miami in a little bit, maybe when all Bills fans come. But
yeah, look at that though. They traded away players that everybody thought was good and was helping their teams, and what did they do? They smack us down on the Bills.
Yeah, Devon A-Chain put up 200+ yards, but
what have I said all season? I said there's some suspect running defenses in the NFL, and I put the Bills in there, and everybody was like, I was crazy.
Look, that's how crazy this league is, right? So the early games, you had a lot of close games. Thursday was a close game. A lot of the early start games were close. And then you got into the mid games, the afternoon, the 3:30, 4:30 games, whatever. And most of them were done by the first quarter, right? I mean, seriously, like you looked at the Niners game, like, well, this thing's over. Okay, look at the Commanders game. Well, this one's over. I mean, it's like there was nothing to watch in the second set of games. They're like all over. It's like there's not even one that's close. It's worth watching.
The third game was over too, and in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. If any GM sucks tonight.
If any GM gets fired today, I'm pretty sure he already did get fired. Would probably be Nico Harrison.
No,
some of these GMs, like New York, why they fired Dable and not the GM? Well, because this is his first coach. He'll get one more coach. You usually get 2 coaches. Even though you can make – I mean, look, they've had some injury issues, right? Neighbors getting hurt didn't help. Scatterboo getting hurt didn't help. Dable gets fired because of how they've lost a couple of their games. And then you've put your quarterback in a position to have 4 concussions in 6 games. That's why Dable gets fired. So, I mean, yeah, they're going to be interesting. There was an interesting fact this morning. I think the record is like, was it 80-10 or 90-10, some weird, stupid number for in-season hire coaches in their debut game, which is also speaks well. It's 80-20, I think, is the record. Wins for guys making their head coaching debut in season like that, after a firing. And so the Giants really coming against a Packers team that has laid 2 goose eggs in a row. It's going to be interesting. So I hope Green Bay gets stupid and fires LaFleur. Please fire him. Please.
Would you rather have this coach that is bombing to try and get a good draft pick instead of bringing in a intermediate coach or intern coach who wants to try and win and possibly not get that first overall pick?
Well, the Giants don't need a quarterback, so I think the Giants should try and win football games and have Jackson Dart develop. I mean, New York's not going to get the 101.
No, I agree that no. You keep Dable, let him keep losing games, and then you can trade out of that early pick and pick up like 3 or 4 offensive linemen, or you can get stuck with a mid pick and get 1 offensive lineman. But if you get like a top 10 pick, right? Because Dable keeps losing you games. Now you get a top 10 pick, you're going to get a stud tackle or guard probably. Or you could trade that pick out for someone trying to get up for a quarterback or something and maybe parlay that into 2 offensive linemen this year and 2 offensive linemen next year, because that's where their problem is. They have no offensive line. So, winning games, great. Make your draft pick worse. You already know you're not going to be in the playoffs. I mean, it's one of those things a team will never tank, but at the same time, don't do yourself any favors by giving yourself a new coach who's going to try to win games to win a job. If not with you, then with someone else. Keep the guy you're going to fire him at the end of the season. If he does a shitty job, great. His parting gift to you is a really good draft pick.
Yeah, and also Brian Dable's done really good. Brian Dable has helped Jackson Dole develop. Now Jackson Dole seemingly is hurt every week, but maybe he could get some of the running stuff. Maybe getting Malik Neighbors back helps. But the Giants have a lot of personnel. I mean, I'd rather be New York's head coach than Tennessee, because Tennessee, oh boy. Oh gosh, that stinks. By the way, Adam, you know what else stinks? What the heck were you Steelers doing in Los Angeles the other night?
Typical Tomlin game.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked like he was about 92.
So just like Joe Flacco came in for the Browns in what week, like 16 or 14, and looked great. And then by the first round of the playoffs against the Texans, his arm looked flattened and couldn't throw a good ball. That's what we're watching with Aaron Rodgers. Right? Rav, are you good now, buddy?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
I
sir.
can.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. Connectivity issues, so we had to switch to the phone here. And,
That's what I
get
had to
squared
do.
away. So yeah,
I'm on the
Yeah,
phone.
I don't know what's.
I guess the other question too. What would you do if you're Cincinnati? We saw the 21-day window open for Burrow. Would you sell him for the rest of the year, or wait and see what your record is?
You wait and see, and you take it as long as you can. Don't be in a rush. You've got Flacco, and if he's going to if you look at the Bears game, and we asked this question on House the other night, last week. If Burrow is in that game against the Bears, is there a difference in the outcome? The answer was probably not. Flacco has been putting the points up. Flacco has been getting it done. So as long as you've got Flacco, don't risk Burrow further if you don't have to. So I think they'll play it by ear. Like when the 21-day window opens, they'll bring them, and they'll wait till the 21st day if they can before they have to make a decision. And if he can't go, then they'll just if they're out of it by that point, they'll just keep him on the shelf.
His target date is to come back against the Ravens on Thanksgiving.
I mean,
I'm well aware of that.
That's the smart. Yeah, but you know what though? I don't think it makes a difference. I mean, really, I think Flacco is doing it in that offense, and he's putting up numbers. I mean, the only difference is Flacco might not scramble like Burrow. But do you really want Burrow scrambling with his injury? No. So it might actually behoove them to just take the wait and see approach.
Flacco is not going to stay as consistent as Joe Burrow. He's just not. And I love Joe Flacco. Flacco's going to have a few good games. He was good in the Bears game. But he's not Joe Burrow. Come on now.
No, but you don't want to rush Burrow.
They may be out of it at that point. It may be too late, but I mean, if that could be true. Like, there's no reason to rush it if you're actually 3-8 or whatever at that point. But But let's not confuse what Flacco has done with Joe Burrow. Flacco is what he is. He's going to be good at times, and he's not going to be great at times. Kind of what I see with Bo Nix. That was a lot of Joe Flacco's career. Like good at times and not at others. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, and look at if you can go with Flacco for the rest of the season, and yet you can rest Burrow, and now you get a really good draft pick where you can draft offensive line. Oh, another team that needs offensive line. Doesn't that help you for next year if this year's lost? Good strategic decision. I mean, I think the Bears like Dio. Dio did not work. We paid $8 million. Next year he's worth is hit is 18. He ruptures the Achilles. That man will never come off the IR next year. They will keep him shelved all year, and then they'll cut him after that season when they don't have any dead cap on him to cut. And that $18 million cap hit is erased for next year because he's on IR pup. So that's what they'll do with him. That's how they're going to effectively get rid of him. And if I'm in Cincy, I'm just going to rest Burrow and get the draft pick because I need good draft picks and offensive linemen. And if I'm out of it, why risk the franchise having something that could keep them out for part of next season? And Burrow is still going to get paid.
I mean, I don't think they may not be giving up yet. Is all my point. Yeah. The way the AFC has looked, they're
Well, the North is so. What is wrong with
the way the AFC has looked? I'm not sure they're ready to give up yet.
Well, here the AFC North. Yeah, I mean, look at the Steelers are in first place at 5-4. The Ravens are in 4-5. The Bengals are 3-6. The Browns are 2-7. The only team that's done is probably the Browns, right? God, the AFC North is so god awful this season. One team with a winning record. I mean, dude, the Steelers would be in last. Well, wait, would they even? No, they got? Okay, they would be. Well, they'd be in last place in the North, in the NFC North.
Don't they have 5-4?
Yeah, they'd only edge out the Vikings. They'd be a half game behind everyone else.
Right.
So I mean, that division's stupid close though. Because then it's like 4-5 and 3-6 for the Bengals. Think about the Bengals win this week, and the Ravens lose, and the Steelers lose. Now you've got 5-5, 4-6, 4-6. I mean, it's a one game.
The Bengals play the Steelers again, Cam.
What now?
The Steelers play the Bengals.
Oh, even worse. So if the Bengals win this week, that's a full game. That's a full game catch up right there. So that would put the Bengals at that'd still be the Bengals be at 4-6, the Steelers would be at 5-5, and let's say the Ravens. If the Ravens win, then they're at 5-5. I mean, so the Bengals.
You're making the point. You're making the point about not giving up. The whole AFC to me.
Now, if the Steelers lose,
up for grabs.
If the Steelers lose and go to 3-7, though, do you really think they can make the playoffs? Being 3-7, even if Burrow comes back?
You mean the Bengals?
The Bengals, if Burrow comes back.
I'm not sure they will, but I'm sure they're going to try. They're not giving up. They're not the Jets. They're not the Browns. They're already packing it in for sure.
Yeah, isn't that funny, Rap? The Jets are packing it in. They trade away their best two defensive players, and then what they do this week? They go out and get another W.
You mean their first W?
Their what?
Their first W.
No, it's their second W.
Second one.
They're on a 2-game winning streak, the Jets are.
Watch them run, Taylor.
After they sold the farm, they get another W. Go figure.
That's right. These players do not care about the draft and the franchise and the teams getting better. Why, if I'm a player on the Jets right now, do I care anything about the draft? I don't want somebody to take my job and get it better.
You want tape. Yeah, you want tape for yourself to keep your job in New York or elsewhere. The people who do care are the GMs and maybe the coaches to a degree. They're the only ones that care about draft position. The players don't give a rat's ass.
The first pick to the 7th pick in a draft or 7 slots down, that might save my spot, especially if I'm a quarterback. Just think about it like if you're the Jets, like if you get to 7th in the draft, If I'm Justin Fields, that means I might get another year in New York. If they can't get
Field-
Mendoza or Ty Simpson or whatever, like, dude, I
I'll
don't
tell you
care
what,
anything about that.
They just need to draft a quarterback in the top 3 and then convert Fields to a running back. Think of the trick plays you can run. Could you imagine you got a backfield of Fields and Breece Hall? You don't know if he's going to throw the ball, run a route. You don't. I mean, he can do. I mean, the only thing he's not going to be good at probably is blocking. Everything else, though, when Fields is in the backfield, is on the table.
I'm surprised
At least
Brees Hall. I'm
there's
surprised
only
Fields also there. I'm sorry, go ahead.
At least there's only 2 really crappy games, or 3 really crappy games this week. You got the 1-star rating taking on the Raiders on Monday Night Football. You got the Commanders taking on the Dolphins. And the other crappy one, some team
Spain,
that's traveling, you got some team that's traveling to Minnesota. Oh no, I'm sorry. Come on now.
You know what's funny is
I think you're winning.
Wait, who's this? What was the second game you had there?
Washington at Miami.
Commanders.
Yeah,
Commanders and Dolphins in Madrid.
Yeah, you're welcome, Commander fans. You're welcome. We just
By the way,
returned the favor.
You think that Spain crowd's going to be more hyped than the crowd was in Berlin?
God, I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, of all the German games they've played, that was probably the most subdued crowd we've seen. They did really good in Munich. Yeah, that, like Berlin, though, like even with their football club, they're not that hype. Like that's why when they went to where they went for the other games, they just had better atmospheres to even begin with. Real Madrid, man, that club is in fuego, and I think that crowd will be lit.
Yeah, they won the first El Clasico meeting this season. They play again in May?
Yeah, and that stadium, guys, is state of the art. It probably is better than any stadium in the NFL right now.
Well, wait till Camp Nou gets renovated. When that's complete, that's going to be another state of the art.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but yeah, I mean, the Commanders earned their slide thanks to the Bears because hey, they did to us last year. We just returned the favor. That's all.
Well, maybe the Commanders. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were talking.
Maybe the Commanders are like the luckiest team in the league last year, and this year everything's going back the other way.
Yeah, they overachieved last year. Sure. I mean, that's a good argument. I mean, them and Denver both overachieved last year.
Denver?
By the way,
Isn't Denver almost? Isn't Denver leading the division right now?
I said last year.
I don't know how.
Last year.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know
how. The Chiefs suck. The Chargers have no O-line, and we know the Raiders suck. They've won 7 games in a row.
They're the best team right now. Well, one of the best teams outside the Colts in the AFC.
Right.
You think
there's a case they are the best team in the AFC? I think there's a case for Denver. I don't know.
Oh my God! Funny.
The best team.
Yeah.
I think there's a case.
Josh, you don't recognize your
dad?
That
is hilarious.
Josh, have you been drinking too much Mr. Pibb tonight? Are you drinking too much Mr. Pibb after Max almost won Sao Paulo?
Well, first off, my name just says hi. I just noticed my name just says hi. It doesn't even say at Sports Talking yet. So I'm at Sports Talking yet. Yes,
what's
is
wrong with Pibb? That's my backup when there's no Dr. Pepper available.
And by the way, when I was a kid, I would drink Mr. Pibb every chance I could.
I need to go grab me one, by the way. Oh, did you think the Colts? Did you think the Colts got lucky against the Falcons? And by the way, who has to reverse a coin toss because they can't tell who the away team is? Do they wear white on the road? I said, you guys are ignorant.
Colts have been lucky all year long, I think.
Hey, the fact that it happened to the Falcons, I laughed hysterically.
By the way, how are the Atlanta Falcons 3-6 with all that talent on offense? Somebody explain them apples.
Well, there's another head coach that's going to get fired.
Overrated. That's what
I don't think they got.
I can't wait till
Penix may not be it. I think that's the problem.
I'll
Part
tell
of the
you
problem.
what,
Penix is not.
I'm
been
gonna
great.
be all decked in black and gold next week because we got to buy. Then we got them dirty birds next.
By the way,
well, basically what you're saying, Hoss, is you can't lose this week.
no, or I will lose my motherfucking mind. I hate when I lose to teams I hate with a passion. We've already lost to our freaking most heated rival in high school, and we got to play them again Friday in the playoffs. We lost to freaking Alabama this past Saturday. If we lose to the Dirty Birds the same year, I am going to pull whatever is left of hair out of my head right now.
Not that
Got to
much.
get Brian Kelly to coach the game there.
Hell no, he's already got his own. Yeah, the school's already in a lawsuit with him right now.
Well, this will be interesting.
That's the government's fault. You can thank stupid Jeff Landry for that shit.
By the way, Raheem Morris might be the next coach fired if the Falcons don't get this what around.
Oh
Because
no,
Atlanta
he's
doesn't even
going to
have
get
a-
fired. I think
Atlanta
he's
doesn't-
gone. I think they're just going to wait till the end of the season. I think he's gone.
You know, they gave Nick Saban a 20-1 chance of being the next head coach when I've been preaching he's not going to come back to coaching as long as NIL is involved.
I've got
That wouldn't stop me from calling him.
Lane
That
Kiffin's
wouldn't
not
stop me
far
from calling
behind. I know, but I don't. He ain't going to bring the same mojo he had at Alabama.
By the way,
Might as well get Lane Kiffin.
The Tulane coach, this is just me, Hollis, will become the LSU head coach.
I mean, I wouldn't mind John Summerall, but after what happened to UTSA, I said, I don't want him no more. But they win it again. They beat Memphis Friday night.
Hey,
that was a hell
Matt
of a
LaFleur
game.
might be available.
Shit. That's what they said about that coach for the Bills.
Yeah, I saw that too. Who say fired? It's like, really, guys? Come on.
Joe Brady.
Hey, my computer just turned on. I'll be right
Yeah.
back, Dan.
By the way, what the heck happened to the Bills after beating the Chiefs? The Bills laid a Miami-sized egg.
Trap game.
I don't know. Tuna Fish Tagovailoa balled out. That's what he did.
Well, it was a trap game. I mean, that's a classic trap game.
Do they still have Jalen Waddle?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then that's why they won. They were like,
don't
I ain't
think-
going to Denver.
I don't think there's anything wrong with. I tell you what's wrong with Buffalo, New England. They look like how they've always looked, but there's another team in this division that can really take it from them this year, where that really hasn't been the case. So I think that's the issue.
I'll tell you what's wrong with Buffalo right now. Sean McDermott's not a good coach. Not a good coach, one iota.
Here's one.
I mean, that was as full of a game plan as I've seen from Buffalo all year.
I mean, players got to
Here's my
execute,
thing.
though,
Do
too,
you
and they
think
did
New
it.
England?
Can you people hear me? We good?
Yeah,
Do
we
you
can
see
hear
New
you.
England? Yep.
Damn it, I'm back.
Here's my question: Do you is New England in the hot seat of getting upset by the Jets Thursday night, or do they have this one in the bag?
I mean, the Jets are hot. 2 in a row. Who knows? You could get an upset.
No chance in the
Goddamn.
world.
Hopefully, Vrabel sees this and prepares
No
them well.
chance
Sorry,
in
Rob.
the world. I'm sorry.
Well,
go
now,
ahead.
what
now
we
that
said
Rav
about-
said that, we're getting an upset. And
Yeah.
everyone's an
Well-
absolutist. Oh, they have no chance. Up here comes the upset.
Well,
You know that's the way it works,
what-
right? It's like on the panel. If we all
If you
agree
had-
that the Jets are going to lose that game, we've just jinxed the game. Now the Jets are going to win.
Well, I said the the Raiders beating the Cowboys was my upset. What would y'all upset me of the week for week 11? Let's start with Rich first. I say Rich goes first on that one. Oh, you're on mute, man.
What up, Rich?
Hang on.
What's up, guys?
There you go.
You guys getting me okay?
Hey, Rich, yeah.
So is it? I looked at the betting odds for when I wrote my preview for this game coming up for the Lions. The Eagles are a 1.5 point favorite at home. and the over-under is 48.5 points. That's not much of an upset if the Lions win, is it?
No.
I'm telling you right now, I think I hate to say it, Jeremy, but your Lions are in trouble Sunday night. I think Philly's gonna kick the crap out of you guys.
Guess where they have problems with the run? It isn't up the middle, it's on the outside. Guess what Jahmyr Gibbs feasts upon? On the outside.
Side.
And since Campbell brought Jamison Williams back into the fold,
their wide receivers have been getting burnt deep. Go look it up. I'm not joking. Quinyon Mitchell has now given up more yards this season than Terrion Arnold, who after 3 games this season led the league.
I think you defend Terrion Arnold every week.
I have to, because Lions fans are stupid about it. They don't realize that since that week 3 game when he gave up 80 yards and a score, he hasn't given up more than 50 yards in a game since. He's given up a QBR of 38.1 against him. And he hasn't had 1 penalty for 4 straight weeks. That's a sign of a developing player in his second year, is it not?
Yeah.
I am not against Terrion Arnold. I think Terrion Arnold, I'm right in there with you. I think he's really good. I'm just surprised all the heat he gets. Why you have to defend it every week. Arnold is, but you do it every week. I don't ever argue that Terrion Arnold.
The problem with this game Monday night, it's 2 first-place teams. It should be a good game, but here's the rub. They've both shown signs of inconsistency this year.
It's a Sunday.
I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it can go either way. I'm not going to say the Lions, got right this week and they're going to blow out the Eagles. I'm not going to say the Eagles are going to get right and blow. I mean, it's going to be a 1-score game. It should be a 1-score game. It should be, unless someone lays a goose egg. And unfortunately, both teams have shown the ability to do such that this year. So I'm not. This is going to be a good game. This will be a good game for both. I mean,
by the way, I just saw this tweet from 5 Point Vids. Giants logical next coach: John Gruden, Bill Belichick, Lane Kiffin, Steve Spagnuolo. Guess who the Giants hire instead? Matt Eberflus.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, you know what I heard?
Gruden's not available.
They trade their number 1 pick for Mike Tomlin.
No, it's worse. You heard who I heard they're rumored to get? Josh McDaniels.
That's even worse.
That ship has sailed too many times.
Yeah,
I know.
He's the epitome of great coordinator, shitty head coach.
Look, if you hear John Gruden, just immediately delete John Gruden from any article you read, because his court case with the NFL, well, they're not even having a court date yet, because the NFL, after the Supreme Court of Nevada ruled that he doesn't have to go to arbitration, he can have a trial. Now they're filing more motions to get the case thrown out. They're not getting a court date anytime soon. So Gruden, this might last another year or 2. I don't think Gruden already said he's not going to coach until it's solved. So Gruden's not going to be this next coaching cycle.
Let me give you another name that's in court with the NFL right now, and everybody's forgot about it. Is Brian Flores?
He's taking arbitration. They're going to go through arbitration with him. I bet his will be done before the season's over, and he'll be in that pool. Like, he's got to be the number 1 candidate for a head coaching job at that point. I think his case will be done.
But he's been coaching the whole time.
But he won't take a head coaching position. He hasn't even tried to interview for a head coaching position until his case is done. I think that's why he's doing arbitration. He's like, look, I already know someone's going to hire me. Let me just make my point, get a little money maybe if I can, and he'll be done by the end of the NFL season. So he'll be available to become a head coach somewhere else, which will make Minnesota fans mad because they love having him there. But I think he might be the top prospect in the coaching trees for next year.
Can I throw a name out there that nobody has been talking about with my boy Jackson Dart sitting over there might be of interest for the Giants? Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yes.
He's another one that's a better OC than head coach. Go
Well, he's
look
only
at
had one head
He
coach.
only had one chance.
Yeah.
No,
Only
no,
had one
no,
chance.
no. It goes way back into college as a head coach. He has
Yeah.
a tendency all the way back in college to fail after the first half of the season.
Whoa. He was the head coach of the #1 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. And go look at
Hello?
the second half. Look at the second half of every single season that he coached Pat Mahomes.
You know what though,
I don't
Rich? I
care.
agree with
He
Rich.
had Pat Mahomes. He's the one
Yeah.
that groomed Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, Rich, I agree with you because if you look at the available guys who are going to be available for next year, you got. I mean, Dable will probably get another job, but Kingsbury didn't get one this year because the coaching class was so good. But next year's coaching class doesn't look like it's going to be as good. You might get Flores, you've got Dable, and then I'm not sure who might come out of the college ranks. But as far as guys professional ranks, that's it. Kingsbury's going to be a guy that people are going to look at.
Ken, I wish that Jamie or Joe were here because I heard something today on First Things First, and the coach that they have on there, I'll think of his name in a second.
Eric
But he
Bieniemy.
was talking. Thank you. They were talking about that if McDermott gets fired in Buffalo, if Buffalo goes one and done in the playoffs, McDermott is going to be fired. Okay, if they go one and done, he's going to be gone. They're saying that Dayball could come in as the new head coach in Buffalo.
Oh, I would love that. I would rather have Brian Dable than Sean McDermott right now.
Why is Dayball so revered considering how much he's lost? It's like nobody.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not saying he can't coach, but but everybody just kind of goes past the fact this guy's lost like 80% of the games for 3 weeks, for 3 years now.
Well,
Like, what is that?
Charles, let me explain this to you. The New York Giants aren't exactly the Baltimore Ravens, but I will say this. The Giants have more playoff wins in the last decade than the Steelers do.
Well, and it's the
Okay.
history he has with the quarterback. The history he has with the
I just
quarterback.
looked it up. Go ahead,
I mean, Dayball was the OC.
I just looked it up, and I want to.
Yeah, but Danny
wanna
Jones is
back
on
up-
fire outside of New
Where is
York.
that feedback coming from? It's awful.
There you go,
Anyway,
JB.
I just looked it up, and through the 8 seasons he's been a head coach, 3 with the Cardinals, 5 with Texas Tech. Do you know what his win percentage is after the midway point of the season with all 8 seasons? Less than 40%.
Yeah, I don't think that matters as much. I don't think they care because they're going to look at what he's done as an OC in Washington with Jaden Daniels, and now that builds the resume for more. I mean, I get what you're
And
saying,
also,
JB, but look what he did with Jaden Daniels last year and this year, minus the injury time. He made Washington a competitive team because that's his offense.
And look at what he's going to
Rob,
have
is
with
that
the
your
Giants.
TV?
Where he's going to have a quarterback in Jackson Dart, running back in Scatabo. Malik Neighbors will be back.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got the supplemental receivers on that team. You've also got Johnson, who is turning into a phenomenal tight end. You've got a top grade left tackle to protect the back end of that quarterback, and a pretty decent offensive line that you can continue to make better through the draft, through free agency, through experience.
He would need if you're
That's
a
the
Giants
best offense
fan,
he's going to have worked with.
Well, but if you're a Giants fan, like that's a great offensive-minded coach. Maybe if you can make the argument because of what he's done as the OC in Washington. But like when the Bears went and hired Ben Johnson, I kept saying I'm not totally against it because Ben Johnson's Ben Johnson, but he better have a good freaking OC. And they went out and got Dennis Allen. So if you're going to go out and get Kingsbury in New York, you better get a good freaking DC.
Better have a good DC. Yep. You're right.
That's what I'm saying, JB. Like for what he can do offensively, if there's a good DC he can get, then I don't see. I think he's got a more than a fair shot at getting that job. And if you go like, why would they want Dable in Buffalo? Because he's the guy who grew Jesus.
And they've
He
got
made
foundation
Jesus.
pieces on. They've got foundation pieces on that defense, and Abdul Carter, Thibodeau, Brian Burns. They've got guys on that defense that they can build around. You put a good coach in there. You put a good coaching staff in there. A little more experience for Dart, for Scatabo, and even Tracy's not bad as a secondary back, not the primary, secondary. That Giants team could be pretty darn good in a year or two.
You guys are even making my point. That the Giants, they got players now. I mean, some of them are hurt, but they got. I don't understand like all this day ball love he gets when he never wins.
Because
he hasn't been good except for his first year.
But it's because of his history with Josh Allen. That's why. He's gonna be if he came in as head coach, Josh Allen. And look, it's not to say that Dable's offense wasn't good. It worked when he had players. Well, it'll work in Buffalo because of who he's got at quarterback, and that quarterback's already familiar with him, comfortable with him. There's not going to be much of a change overall offensively for them. There'll be enough of a change, but it won't be a wholesale change. And so there's a comfortability there. And if Josh Allen's like, that's my guy, then yeah, he's going to be the guy.
I've got a question for everybody right now. Big game this weekend in the AFC West. Chiefs, Broncos. Denver might be into 7-game winning streak, but Bo Nix is definitely regressed. The Chiefs 5-4, coming off a bye. I hear they have this guy named Mahomes. You might have heard of him. If you could take a nickel and bet it on one team to win the AFC West right now, who would you take?
Between those two?
Denver.
8-2 Broncos, 7-3 Chargers, or 5-4 Chiefs?
Denver.
Broncos.
I think Kansas City beats the Broncos this week, but the Broncos still win this.
I like Denver right now. Denver's really good.
I do too.
RJ Harvey is coming into his own. And if they can establish that running game along with the passing game with Cortland Sutton, Tony Franklin, and those guys, that's going to make Bo Nix even more effective. That offense, the defense is already really good. If that offense starts clicking, it's going to be tough.
How much longer is Surtain out?
Probably after the
I think
bye.
1 week from what I got. I think
yeah,
he's done.
Look at KC off the bye. I'll give KC. They're going to beat. I'm going to take KC this week. I think they'll beat the Broncos, partially because they're coming off the bye, partially because Surtain's not there, and KC they started bad, but then they started playing pretty good. Yeah, they lose to Buffalo in Buffalo, but that happens every year, so that's like not big news to me. This is a game I think like KC will win this game, but Denver will still end up winning this division.
I'm not sure Kansas City loses the game the rest of this season.
Oh, they will.
What?
There's not losing.
Oh, man.
Well, you got to remember, Dylan. Never mind.
I'm looking at KC's schedule right now. I see 1, 2, 3, conceivably 4 losses.
I see Kansas City going 8-0. I think Kansas City destroys the Broncos, destroys the Colts, the Cowboys, and then sorry, Hoss. I think the Chiefs beat your Texans week 14, and then I don't think Kansas City loses to the Chargers, Titans, Broncos, or Raiders. I think Kansas City could go 8-0 very easily.
I'm calling it right now.
Very easily? No.
Yes.
I think they beat the Broncos only because of the bye week help. I think they lose to the Broncos.
I'm telling you right now. I think the Broncos could go on a 3 or 4 game losing streak if Bo Nix doesn't get get his what on.
I think that the defense has held them in games, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to lose the Bowl.
If the Broncos played a halfway decent team, if the Broncos play the Detroit Lions instead of the Las Vegas Raiders on Thursday night, they'll lose it by 2 touchdowns.
Rav, you're getting feedback, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
That first Broncos meeting probably be a win. Colts is a loss. Cowboys, I'm not sure yet.
Wait a minute. Indianapolis doesn't have a snowball chance for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Brad, that feedback's awful.
Yeah, I can't even hear what they're saying, Rav. All I hear is your feedback.
Anyhow.
There you go.
No. Okay.
All right. I've got a better one.
And back.
You know what?
First meeting with the Broncos, I can see the Chiefs winning.
Yeah.
Colts is a loss. Cowboys, I ain't 100% sure yet. Texans, I ain't 100% sure yet. Chargers is a loss. Titans is a win. Christmas Day with the Broncos is a loss. And Raiders, I got the Broncos beating them on Christmas. And I want that as a Christmas
Dylan, stop
gift.
slobbing that KC knob, man. Just stop it.
That's what happens.
They're not infallible.
That's what you get for wearing a Christmas sweater this early.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
then,
I mean,
you know
I
what? I hope
see them splitting
Tennessee.
with Denver. I think they split with Denver, lose to the Colts, lose to the Chargers. And yeah, you heard this come out of my mouth. I think that the Titans can beat them simply because they're going to overlook Tennessee going into that second Broncos game on Christmas Day. And I think Tennessee might be able to beat them at home.
You're going to give Dylan
Not
a
to mention the
coronary
fact
there,
Tennessee
Rich.
is notorious for screwing up the first pick. Do what?
Dylan's going to get a coronary now, Rich, because of what you're saying. Look at him. He's having a heart attack.
I don't care. I see Chiefs losing 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
No
I see
question.
them losing another 4 games.
The Chiefs are human, by the way.
Not
I
according
got
to
a question
Dylan.
for y'all.
I would
how
love
many
to know
more
what Andy
games-
Reid. I would love to know what the deal
Okay.
is with Andy Reid though. After coming out of a bye, it's like
He
he's
just
what,
doesn't lose.
21 and 21 and
Yeah.
3 in his career coming out of a bye or something like that. It's insane.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's a stupid stat.
I'm gonna name. I got a question for y'all. Just give me a solid number. I'm gonna name y'all 7 games. 2 of those games are against the same team: Falcons, Dolphins, Bucks, Panthers, Jets, and the Titans. How many more games does the Saints win?
Say it again.
Give me that schedule
Two Fal-
again.
All right, they got a bye week right now. After that, they got first meeting with the Falcons at home. Then they go to Miami. Then they go to Tampa Bay. Then they host the Panthers. Then they host the Jets. Then they go to the Titans and close out at the Falcons.
Maybe
How many-
4 top.
2
How
or
many
3.
more games? How many more games do they win? 2 or 3?
2 or 3.
What do you
I
see them
think
beating?
3 or 4. I
see
think
them
3 or 4.
Do you see them beating the Jets?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. That's what I'm saying. Like when you're going through this list, I was going, well, the Jets, so they're on a 2-game win streak. Miami played really good last week. You're not beating the Bucks. You might sweep Atlanta, or you split Atlanta, or you can get swept by Atlanta because Atlanta, who knows what the frick they are at any given weekend.
They should have got rid of Raheem Morris already.
Yeah.
I think they split with the Falcons. I think they lose. They beat the Panthers at home. They beat the Jets at home. So I think they win 3.
Because I'll be at the Jets game. I'll be at the Jets game. That's why I asked. So you have them sweeping Carolina. Okay. I mean, the only team they sweep in their division.
And
Still
Carolina,
ends up with the worst record.
let me put it this way. They'll beat Carolina or Tennessee. They won't beat both. How about that?
Okay, then
I think
can
they win
probably
3
see
more.
I can see them beating Tennessee. Then if you don't have them winning both, then I'll pick Tennessee over the Panthers.
Yeah, but I see them winning 3, which would give them what, 5? 5 and 12.
I mean,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Panthers probably beat. Do you guys think the Panthers beat the Falcons this week?
Yes. Falcons coming back from Germany.
Maybe.
If Raheem Morris
Depends what the
forgets
lineup
who
is.
number 7 is, then yes, they will.
Falcons. Remember, Bear. The Falcons are coming back from Germany without a bye.
The Falcons also have the second best running back in the NFL right now, and he has not been used. For whatever reason, he did not get used last week at all. And if Raheem Morris does not remember who number 7 is, they're going to lose this week.
This week's got a lot of interesting games that'll probably, it's not part of that season where we're going to start deciding what's going on. Like Bengals Steelers, right? If the Steelers win this, you might say the Bengals are done, right? Packers Giants. If the Giants win this weekend, who knows if Matt LaFleur makes the trip home. Chargers Jags is actually an interesting game between the feast and famine Jags and the injury feast and famine Chargers, right?
And you got the West to East. You got the West.
Yeah, and then you got like
the
the Bucks and the Bills. Tell me the Bucks and the Bills isn't going to be a good game. The Seahawks and the Rams, that's going to be a good game. The Niners and Cardinals,
over first place.
that's going to be a good game. The Ravens and Browns will actually probably be a decent game for at least half of it before the Ravens run away. Chiefs Broncos should be a good game. Lions Eagles is going to be a good game. Even the Bears Vikings should be a good game.
Well, I didn't know what to put as my game of the week. The Cardinals and the Seahawks or the Lions and the Eagles, but I chose the Lions and the Eagles. But my toilet bowl is the Cowboys and the Raiders.
The weather is supposed to be 1,000% trash in Cleveland, so that could make that Baltimore-Cleveland game even more interesting because if you throw the weather in there, you never know what's going to happen.
So it's interesting you say that, Rich, because this morning, look at in the Bears games, we had a lot of drop balls in that Bears game on Sunday, right? And you look at last night, the fumbles and the drops. And it's like, these are cold weather teams. All those 2 games, all 4 teams are cold weather teams. And people are like, oh, they're cold weather teams. But yeah, dude, this was the first cold weather game they played all year. This is the first time these guys had to handle that football that felt like a rock and was slick, unlike what they've been touching all season. So even for these cold weather teams, if it's your first game in cold weather, dude, you got to knock some rust off, right? And I think players have all adjustment issues with that.
And unless you've got a Nolan Ryan fastball, that wind doesn't care how many games you've played in cold weather.
No.
Because when you're in Chicago or Cleveland or someplace like that, and that wind gets going 20, 30, 40 mile an hour, you're not throwing it. And you're sure as hell not kicking it.
I mean, because if you look at
it's
Lions Eagles is an outdoor team versus an indoor team. If the weather's bad, it helps the Eagles because the Eagles have already played in bad weather. The Lions have not. If it's Broncos,
what are you talking about? It was just 36 degrees there in Washington this weekend, and the snow and rain was coming down.
It didn't look like it on TV. Okay, maybe I stand corrected, maybe. But still, that'll affect the game. Broncos Chiefs. Have these guys played a cold weather game yet?
Are the Bills home this weekend?
Yep.
I'm sure snow's going to be a factor. I mean,
for the Bills Bucks game, that could be a factor. Browns Ravens. I don't think either of those guys have played an outdoor cold weather game yet.
By the way, there's a warming trend up here, and it's supposed to be in the 50s all weekend.
Cardinals and Rams are in domes. Titans is outdoors with the Texans. Bills is outdoors.
Ain't played a cold game yet.
Jacksonville will be good weather. Steelers Bengals could have weather issues. Giants Packers could have weather issues. Falcons in a dome. Dolphins are they're in Miami. So, but I mean,
not this week. The Dolphins will be in a dome, but it'll be Madrid's dome.
Future reference, probably the only coldest game the Saints will have later this season will be the Titans because it'll be in late December.
But Commanders Dolphins though, it's Dylan. It could be a dome. That stadium has a retractable roof, so if it's cold in Madrid, they can actually close the roof.
I don't even think it's cold over there right now.
No, it's not.
I know my ears are still ringing from Champions League games at the Bernabeu.
Speaking of it's
By the way, guys, top 5 power rankings going into week 11. Let me see.
While you look that up, I gotta ask them: do you think the Commanders actually lost that game because of less talent, or they were too busy booing Trump because he wants the new stadium to be named after him?
You know what's funny is I have a friend that was there, and they pumped the booze in through speakers.
Yeah, they were cheering him.
The the audience was not booing Trump.
I'm
And, you know,
always doing the Trump
And look,
dance.
I'm going to say this real quick. So it is Veterans Day. What a sorry pieces of shit they were to boo while these individuals, while he's administering the oath of enlistment to these individuals who are receiving their oath of enlistment into the armed services, and you're going to pipe in boos. You are
Right.
worthless pieces of shit if you booed or if you pipe in the boo. And these guys, I don't care who the president is. These guys are taking their oaths of enlistment. You don't boo, period. If you want to boo them after the fact, the president, fine. You don't do it while they're doing the oath of enlistment.
Was this
That
game on
crossed a big red
CBS
line for me.
or on Fox? Was it on CBS or Fox?
Fox.
It was
Oh,
on
come
Fox.
on. Oh, come on, Fox. I
Fox.
thought y'all were repping red. What the fuck?
It wasn't them.
It wasn't
Oh.
them.
Oh,
It
so-
was
No, it
the
was the-
Washington Commanders booth people piping
Yeah.
boos through the speakers.
pieces of shit. Which
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because while he was on the air, the game
And-
was so out of hand that 80% of the people, because it was almost the end of the quarter when he was talking and they were getting ready to switch, the second stringers from both teams were out in the
Yeah.
concession areas getting stuff before they closed it down because they don't sell in the fourth quarter.
And by the way, I didn't get a chance to do this when I popped back on, but Ken, I know you're a veteran. I don't know if any of you other guys are or not, but thank you. My daughter is in Italy right now in the Air Force. My dad was UDT in the Navy in Vietnam. So, I have, a lot of veteran around me. Thank you guys for all your service, all you guys and ladies, and appreciate what y'all do.
I
So,
got my
yes.
great grandfather
Uh,
fought at Pearl Harbor in World War II, and he was a survivor.
I come from so my on my dad's side, him and all his brothers, they were all Air Force, and then I broke the mold and went Army, and then I broke the mold and went officer. I was an NCO, then I crossed over to the dark side. So I was the black sheep. My oldest boy is enlisted. He swore the initial swearing for the Air Force. He's waiting to redo a test, but he's looking to go EOD, and I'm actually gonna get to swear him in, do his oath of enlistment when he swears in before he ships off to Texas for his basics. So we're kind
San
of keeping
Antonio.
that.
Fort
Yeah.
Hood? Fort Hood?
No, Fort Hood's Army. He's going Air Force. He's gonna be in the Chair Force.
Oh, okay.
I'll be in San Antonio.
San
That's where my
Antonio.
daughter was.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I mean, for me, it was one of those deals where if you asked me in high school if I was going to join, I'd probably give you double birds. And then after 2 years of college, I went to pay for college, and then I was like, well, the job market sucks, so I'll make this career, and I made it a career.
They tried to recruit me hard when I was in high school, and I kept avoiding everyone. They were all trying to get me, and I said no. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it. I mean, I know that don't sound American to me, but I just didn't want to be a part of it.
I didn't want to do it either when I was in high school, and then I did join the National Guard. I did that for a couple of years, and then I went to active component for 3 years. Came off active component to finish off college, so back into the Guard. Then I decided I want to get commissioned. I get my commission, and I decide, and this is like the job market was just terrible. And I said, well, geez, when I go to officer basic, let me find a full-time gig. And this is when OIF pops off. We were in the classroom when OIF popped, and I found a full-time gig in the U.S. Army Reserve, and then made that into a AGR position, finished out that way. So I've seen everything in the Army. I've seen Guard, Reserve, active. If you'd have told me in high school that would be my career track, I would have told you were doing drugs and you should share them. But yeah, I did 26 years and retired at 46.
Okay, what do they have in Chicago? Because I had a buddy of mine. He joined the Marines. He did his basic training in North Carolina,
Navy.
but he had to do. Oh, it was Navy. Okay, well then it was my other
Navy,
friend.
Chicago.
Yeah, Great Lakes,
My
Naval Air Station, Great Lakes.
no.
Yeah.
Sledge asked if
did-
the NSC North is the toughest division in football, considering
one of them.
last place is 4-4 and first place is 4 and 5. First place is 6-3.
Well, I had a
Yeah.
buddy. That was
Did-
in the Navy.
Did
He had to go to Chicago.
did my
for a
statement
bit.
buy enough time for everybody to take care of Dylan's power rankings?
Yeah. Hey, Hoss, real quick story about that, Hoss. So all these Navy kids go to Naval Air Station Great Lakes for their training, right? And during the summer, You've got Six Flags Great Americas in Gurnee, and then you've got Gurnee Mills. And you'd be in there in the summer with your buddies. I used to have a season pass when I was in high school, whatnot, going up there. And you'd see all these kids in their Navy whites running around the park in the summer for their weekend off, for graduation weekend. And so you'd always see them up there. And it was funny because I always knew where Great Lakes was, but till I got assigned to Fort Sheridan, I had never been. But yeah, Naval Air Station Great Lakes is kind of a weird place, but it's a training post. It is the only training post left in the Navy because they closed down Orlando.
Well,
So
Adam,
some of the Marines will go up there for some of their specialized training, but for basic, that's it for the Navy.
well, I had a best friend. He served in the Navy. He did some training in Chicago for 8 weeks, but I didn't get to make that trip to go see him. But when they sent him to North Carolina, he was living in Jacksonville, North Carolina, but did training in Fort Bragg. We did go up there and watch him over there. Yeah. And then he did some time. Luckily, he got stationed back home. He was stationed in New Orleans for a bit, but now he's retired now, and he works for Sheriff Department now. Yep. He lives about 20 miles away from me now.
So I get everybody enough time for their power rankings to help Dylan out there.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Nick Saban
I got mine ready.
Hold on. Hoss, you're not going to like this. Nick Saban leads in the odds to become LSU's next football coach.
I said that earlier. He's got a 20 to. He's got a
going to LSU.
I said that earlier. No, he's not leaving College Game Day as long as NIL's taking over. I've been saying that. Yeah, he had a 20-2 odds of going, and I don't believe it.
No, it'd be 2-1, but.
Well,
LSU might be the one team that would offer Saban $25 million.
No, all that money is going to get sent to fucking Brian Kelly because he filed a lawsuit.
Brian Kelly's still employed by LSU.
Okay,
Hoss. I think that's all lies. I think that's all fucking lies.
Okay, Hoss.
They gave him $28 million, but he's asking for $58 million. All right, I'll go first. After what I saw from after last night. So number 5, I'll put the Chargers at 5, 4 the Seahawks, 3 the Patriots, 2 the Broncos, 1 the Colts.
You left out Seattle?
No, I said Seattle 4. I said Chargers 5, Seahawks 4, Patriots 3, Broncos 2, Colts 1.
Adam.
Sorry.
It's okay. But that was the only NFC team I had because that's the best NFC team right now.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry, the Lions are up there somewhere. No?
Rams.
Oh, fuck the Rams, man. No. I was pissed about that game.
Who you got next, Dylan?
He said Adam.
Oh, Adam.
Oh, shit. I hate this part of the game.
Is that a Pitt jersey?
Pitt jersey? Yeah, right there. Yeah.
College Game Day is going to be at College Game Day.
Desmond Reed.
Yeah,
Game Day at Pitt.
It's going to be on a high level of cocaine. Her name.
Yeah, Pat McAfee might be drunk when he wakes up.
He's drunk when he wakes up.
He's just all you got to do is crawl out of bed and go to work.
I'm not prepared for this. I hate these things.
Okay, I got Rich, go.
Huh?
Okay, Rich, go.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yes.
All right, Chargers 5, Rams 4, Patriots 3, Broncos 2, Seattle 1.
Why are the Broncos still up there for everyone? I'm just curious.
I don't have
because of the shit.
They look awful.
It's only been 2 guys.
One bad game.
Is
2 bad games in a row.
Look at that. Only 2 people have them in there right now, so we'll see what happens.
I don't consider that Cowboys game bad, but yeah, the Raiders game was bad. Defense was trash, but they every team's gonna have one bad game.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won 10-7.
Doesn't matter.
You
don't get style points in the NFL. A W is a W.
Adam, tell me when you're ready. Otherwise, I'm going to the Bear fan.
All right, I'm gonna go at number 1, the Indianapolis Colts, with a point differential of 115 points right now this year. At number 2, I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks with a 103-point differential this year. They're at 2. My number 3, I'm going to go with the Patriots, who are just coming together. At 4, I'm going with Philly. Oh wait, let me back that up. 1 at Indy,
Yeah.
3 Seattle, 2 Seattle, 3 the Rams, 4 the Pats, and 5. I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Okay, you left the Eagles out.
Jeremy.
Good. Fair
I
enough.
have no faith in Denver.
I got 5 the Eagles. I got 4 the Pats. I got 3 the Seahawks. I got 2 the Colts, and number 1 for me is the Rams right now.
I wonder who bailed A.J. Brown out of prison because he played, and I had benched him because I thought he was going to be locked up for a while.
Adam.
All right, so we're gonna go Rams, Seahawks, Colts, Lions, Patriots, and the Eagles 6th.
Hey Hoss, you had the wrong Brown. It's Antonio Brown who's in jail.
Oh, there goes. See,
Yeah.
Forrest Gump IQ.
No, AJ Brown is in fantasy jail.
Yeah.
Anybody that drafted AJ Brown in the first round has been beating their heads off the wall all season.
Yeah,
'cause
why-
he-
I
I have a quick
benched him.
question. Why did you hear Alexander step away? All I saw was personal issues.
I don't think Alexander's himself right now physically. That knee's been hurting him.
That knee never healed.
Uh,
Same one he hurt last year. It's been.
Oh, by the way,
giving
you
him
want the real list. You want the real list.
Here we go.
Sure.
Number 5. I have an AFC West team at number 5.
In New England,
has to be the
And
Cardinals.
none of you said it. The Kansas
Oh my
City
God.
City Chiefs.
the
How
Chiefs-
do they move up on a bye week
are you a
Hey,
Swiftie?
wait, did JB I can
when
tell
they
you,
didn't even play and the other teams won?
Well, the Bills pooped their pants in Miami, and you know what? Andy Reid and Mahomes.
None of us put the Bills up there.
lobbing the knob of KC again.
Are you a Swiftie?
Hell no, I ain't a Swiftie.
I'm starting to think you're a Nick Wright disciple.
What's that? I do see a warp 2x4 back in the corner. You are a Swiftie.
Hell no, I'm not a Swiftie.
I figured he was an Andy Reid
That
menu.
axe to slay the
Wait a
Jaguar.
minute. Wait, well,
Nah.
let me make this easy. At number 5 in his power rankings, he's got a team who right now, if the season ended, doesn't even make the playoffs.
Isn't in the playoffs.
Right.
Right.
Well, if you're not a Swiftie, you're up.
And yet right now I have Kansas City win the Super Bowl.
Oh, no.
Well, hey, look, all I can say is drugs are cheap in Duval, so I get it.
If you're not a Swiftie, you're obviously Andy Reid's menu provider. Because that ain't no Waffle House
You must
menu.
own
on
at
the
least
road.
a 10% share in In-N-Out Burger in Casey.
I
Number
think
4.
that's a Jollibee menu he got, not Waffle House or In-N-Out Burger. That's a Jollibee menu he got.
Then the next
Number
4 ought
4.
to be interesting because
Number 4. Even though this team only put up 10 points last night, the Philadelphia Eagles are number 4 on my list. Number 3. I hear this team's got some quarterback named Drake May, Vrabel. Finally, Travian Henderson and Kyle Williams got out of the witness protection program. New England at 3. Number 2. Seattle? Yeah, we've got JSN, Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, and the fastest defense in the NFL right now. Number 1.
and
And this
MVP
is by the
candidate
widest
Sam Darnold
margin
at
of-
quarterback.
So what? Sam Darnold's better than your quarterback right now.
Well, I'm saying, and they have Sam Darnold, who's the MVP candidate at quarterback.
And speaking of MVP, number 1, with the MVP in the National Football League, and a team that did not commit a penalty again in a huge divisional game, the Los Angeles
Rams.
Rams.
Fucking hate
With
them.
the MVP of the league, Matthew Stafford.
I
still
think
can't
the
believe
MVP
Kansas
in the league
City-
is Jonathan Taylor by a mile, and Matthew Stafford might be
Kansas City, who's ranked 8th in the AFC right now, and in the overall record, they're about midway in the pack of the NFL. You have them at number 5. Who's your dealer in Duval? And send me his number.
One
that's
thing
a
I can
really
tell
good
you guys. The one thing I can tell you, I hope you guys are with me on this. To me, when you look at the MVP race right now, it starts with 3 guys: Darnold, Stafford, Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold. I think that's where it's
Jonathan Taylor's my
I'm
MVP.
I'm actually going to take
I got mine.
I'm actually going to take off one of those guys. I'm going to take off Jonathan Taylor, and I'm
What?
going to put in Jackson Smith and Jigma.
No.
No.
He's not the MVP on his team.
I would argue. I know you guys are going to be crazy at me, but I know you guys are going to be crazy, but I'm not sure Jonathan Taylor's the best player on the Indianapolis Colts right now.
He's
I
the
think-
best player in
I'll
the
tell you
NFL
this.
right now.
I'll tell you this.
Isn't he the leading
I'll tell
rusher
you
of the
this.
league right now?
I'll tell you
And
this.
rushing touchdowns.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
this. You and I both know who the MVP of the Indianapolis Colts is. It's not Daniel Jones. It's not Jonathan Taylor. It's Quentin Nelson. 100%.
Jonathan Taylor wrecked that game this weekend, and he's the reason they won.
Well, Jonathan
He had
Taylor
3
wrecked that
touchdowns
game.
and 240 yards. What are you
Taylor
talking
is
about?
on pace.
286
for
all-purpose
2K.
yards. What are you, Dylan?
Well,
What are we
Quentin
watching here?
Nelson
What am I
opens up
missing?
Look,
Quentin
I mean, I think that, Rich, I think the 3 you've got at this point in the season are good arguments. I think there's some guys who are starting to make a case for themselves as maybe dark
There
horses
are.
at this point. Caleb's
There
one of
are.
those guys with the come from behinds and what he did last
Wait a minute. Time out.
Hold on. Like Caleb will be
Ryan
a
Leaf.
dark horse because of the last minute heroics, and that looks good to sports writers, right? His numbers have been pretty good, so he's one of those guys who'll be a dark horse. There are a couple other guys out there who are
Right.
dark horse, but those 3 you gave right now, I would say, are the clear cut. And then there are a couple
And
guys
I think
like Caleb who will be dark horse if they continue.
He
Well,
leads
I
in
think
carries.
Drake May is just on the outskirts. I think Drake May is just on the outskirts
Drake
of
May
being
too.
in that
Yep.
discussion.
Well, he also leads in carries. He's over 1,100 yards. He leads leading rusher, and he leads in touchdowns with 15. Not to mention, on just 32 attempts, he had 3 rushing touchdowns for over 200 yards.
Yeah, Hoss,
against
you know
the
what the
Dirty
problem
Birds.
is, though? I mean, and Hoss, here's the problem. We all know this
He's
is
a
the
running
problem.
back.
He's a
He's a
running
running
back and not
back.
a quarterback.
If he breaks 2K, he's got a legit shot. If he
He
doesn't,
got it locked
Saquon
in.
proved it last year.
Why? Saquon
proved
did
it
it, still
last
didn't
year.
get it.
He didn't break 2K.
Yeah,
They
he did.
benched him for the last game, remember? He said,
Saquon-
go ahead and sit me, and he finished with 1988. Or
I
I mean,
1948,
that's
something
the
like that.
that's the problem. It's still going to be a quarterback, and it's so got to be frustrating for running backs or wide receivers or tight ends, because there's some tight ends who could make every so often you can make an argument for. It's a quarterback driven league, so like Drake May, he's another guy who's in that hunt. Caleb is starting to make himself a dark horse. I'm trying to think of some other quarterbacks who are making them. Baker's going to be in that discussion if he
Baker,
takes
yeah.
off the second half of the season. But that's the problem. It's going to be a quarterback. It's going to
If
be.
it's going to be a
Saquon
quarterback,
Saquon did get the 2,000. He just didn't get Dickerson. Taylor's going to have to get Dickerson, is what's going to
At
happen.
least. At
if
least.
it's a
He hit
quarterback,
he hit 2K, but he didn't get Dickerson. If he beats Dickerson's record, and, if he gets past Dickerson, gets to 21, 22, then he might have a shot.
if it's a quarterback, it'll probably be Sam Darnold or probably like a Bo Nix or something.
It won't be Bo Nix either with how he's playing. Right now, your top
Well, then it'll
4
be Sam
guys at
Darnold.
quarterback is Matt Stafford, Sam Darnold. And believe it or not, right now, because of the awful performance he had, Jared Goff jumped up above Josh Allen. And then it's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He's not ahead
Oh,
of Drake
so-
May, though. Jared Goff's not ahead of Drake May. No way.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No how.
How many
No.
touchdowns does Drake May have this season?
Hold on a second.
Hold on, I got it up too. Hold on.
Drake May has got 19 and 5. 19 TDs, 5 picks.
20 and 3 for Goff.
Okay. And
leading his division just like Drake May.
with a lot less weapons than what Jared Goff's got.
So here's an interesting thing. Now, this is the QBR. The QBR top 5, Darnold, Mahomes, Prescott, Lamar, and May. That's your QBR.
Right.
Your leaders in
If you went
passing
off
was
straight stats, except for interceptions, Dak would be in the discussion for MVP.
Yeah, he would.
Except for the fact that he's thrown 11, I think he's thrown. 11 or 12, I think he's got.
well, your top 5
But
passing leaders is Daniel Jones, Herbert, May, Stafford, and Mahomes. That's your top 5 passing leaders right now.
And if
don't
Herbert
even know
keeps
how-
doing what he's
how long
doing,
that's there.
Herbert may get in that discussion.
So here's why Caleb is going to be in that discussion. He might be the first Bears quarterback to hit 4,000 yards. He's on track for that now with over 2,100 yards halfway through. His TD to interception is 13-4, so he's got a good ratio. More importantly is what he's doing at the end of games, because realistically, let's be real here. That drives voters, right? Quarterbacks that with these winning fourth quarter drives, that drives it. That why I think Lamar won. It wasn't because Lamar was doing these wild plays to win games at the last minute. Then Lamar wins the MVP, and his team goes nowhere in the playoffs. So really, if you think about it, Caleb is a good dark horse candidate because of the late game heroics, and that's a big piece of the voting for the MVP. That's a piece.
I honestly believe when we get to the end of this season, we're going to be having a discussion between 5 or 6 guys that could make a legitimate claim for that MVP. Maybe even more than that, because we've brought up between the QBs we brought up plus Taylor plus JSN. If JSN breaks Calvin Johnson's record, he's going to have a case in his own. And then we've got the quarterbacks. I mean, good God, we went from we've got May. We've got, of course, you can't, we're completely ignoring Josh Allen. You've got, Justin Herbert, Mahomes, we're completely ignoring. Goff, Williams, Baker, Darnold, Stafford. I mean, we might even get up to 10 that are going to be in a discussion.
10.
This may be the most legit candidates for the MVP we've had in a long time. The most legit candidates.
And we also haven't even discussed one thing that I discussed earlier.
What's that?
Jahmyr Gibbs. Here he is, under 24 with 41 touchdowns. There's only 4 other guys in NFL history who's done it.
Yeah, he's not going to get it.
3 of them are GOAT running backs.
Wait.
So once again, this award doesn't go to running back.
Say it again, Jeremy. Say it again.
Okay. Jahmyr Gibbs has 41 touchdowns in his career so far, and he's under the age of 24. He does not turn 24 until March 10th of next year.
Right.
So he has 41. Above him at number 1 is Barry Sanders at 47. Number 2 is Randy Moss at 44. Tied at 43 is none other than Emmitt Smith and Jim Brown. Those are the only 4 other players that have more than 40 touchdowns in the first 3 years of their career under the age of 24. And he's wait, again, let me finish my
What's that got to do with what we're talking about? He's not going to be in the MVP discussion
That's not what
because
I'm
of his
getting
career
at.
numbers.
I was making a point about something else, but you're just ignoring it. So of
course.
I let you guys talk, and as soon as I talk, either you or whoever jumps in. Fine.
Well, no, JB. I mean, I get what you want. Look, I have this problem with him on the morning show sometimes. Like, I get it. Jahmyr Gibbs, great career number, but what's that got to do with him being the MVP this year? Like, Jahmyr Gibbs is not going to be. Once again, it's a quarterback. Jahmyr Gibbs, okay, he's going to break that record. He's not going to be in the MVP consideration. He's not going to win the MVP this year. That's great that he has this number. He's working a Hall of Fame career. I get it. But what does that have to do with the MVP conversation we're having right now? Someone? Anyone? Bueller?
No, I understand where you're going, but it would be interesting for the Lions to have 2 Hall of Fame running backs.
Oh, I mean, look at Jahmyr Gibbs. He's on track. That's
realistically-
where air he's in.
And realistically, if it wasn't for injuries, they could have had 3. Because if Billy Sims wasn't getting hurt in a time frame that medical science was not where it's at now, can you imagine what kind of numbers Billy Sims and Earl Campbell would have put up if they had the medical technology that they have now when they played? Because you wasn't tackling Earl Campbell. People talk about how Bettis was hard to tackle and that kind of. You weren't tackling Earl Campbell. Sorry. Good luck and God bless you on that one.
And by the way,
He actually finished runner-up in MVP in '79.
How can you say my takes are bad, but entertaining? I mean, a couple of years ago, I said after the 49ers beat the Eagles that Trent Williams should have been the MVP.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's the one thing I can tell you. It's going to be really wide open when the playoffs hit. We don't have a team in this league that you can say hands down, this is the favorite on November 11th, that this is the, hands down favorite to win it all. Nobody can say that. If you try to, it's not going to be legit because there's so many teams that I think have a legit shot to win it all.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I mean, we're still looking at like you can't rule out Kansas City, right? If they get in, you can't rule out anyone who gets in. I mean, look at you cannot look at if the Bears get in, they have a legit shot. If the Lions get in, legit shot. Indianapolis, legit shot. Packers, all of them have legit shots.
As wishy-washy as Buffalo's been, they got a shot. I mean, Josh Allen can take over a game.
If they can't stop the run, Buffalo's not going to stand a chance at all.
Well, and that is why they not having Ed Oliver hurts so much. That right there, that's the run stoppage is him. Losing him was probably the worst guy they could have lost on the defense. No, that's just me.
I mean, it's going to be interesting, especially when we come down to MVP, and it's going to be a quarterback, and it's going to be look at Sam Darnold eclipses some big record. Sometimes that'll be it too. It's quarterback driven. So Sam Darnold's definitely like the guys you mentioned earlier. Those are the 3, and I think there's some dark horses like Drake May, Caleb Williams could be in there. Patrick Mahomes could get himself in that conversation very easily, right?
Yeah.
If they go on a tear like Dylan wants them to, then Patrick Mahomes will be a part of that conversation. And I think what it comes down to, what people don't understand with some of the way this voting goes, the numbers are good and all, but they're looking at some of the X factors too, like, you got quarterback A and quarterback B. Quarterback A had a lot of easy wins. Quarterback B was driving fourth quarter comeback victories, winning drives. The guy who does all the winning drives and pulls the clutch stuff out usually wins it. Even if statistically they're not as good. We've seen that year in and year out. Where Jahmyr Gibbs falls in this, I have no frigging clue besides the fact he's on pace to have a Hall of Fame career, and that's good, but he's still not even the best running back in the league right now.
By the way, guys, you all can answer this, but what's up with this ESPN YouTube saga? By the way, I'm heading out. Spunky Spectrum Sports at Dylan at Sports One. Just got a podcast with my with Tyler Spalding that is available on YouTube and the links on my X that you can hear us shadows about Tyler's experience with hurricanes and thank you for your service, Ken the Bear fan, which you very well in Minnesota. Thank you, Rich and Adam. Hopefully your Steelers can maybe win the old quarterback showdown. And Hoss, congrats on beating my Sully Jaguars and overcoming a 29-10 game. And maybe the Texans will go boot scooting boogieing in downtown Nashville, Tennessee this weekend.
Possibly.
Should be interesting.
All right, Dylan, take it easy, buddy.
Man, take it easy, Dylan.
I'm sorry. I'm still kind of miffed. I don't know why JB is. Never mind. I'll talk to him tomorrow. I get this with the morning show sometimes. I get it. He always wants to hype up his lines, but I'm like, he's gonna be mad at me. But you guys understand why I asked him, like, what's all this Jahmyr Gibbs stuff got to do with what we're talking about?
Oh, so I missed something. He
Thank you,
left. He
Sledge.
left after I got cut off.
We were talking about MVP candidates, and he won this tangent about Jahmyr Gibbs and how he's like the one. He's going to be basically at the end of the day, what he was trying to say is Jahmyr Gibbs will be the youngest to however many touchdowns in the NFL history. Right now, he's tied with like some really great players, Hall of Fame. All the guys in this list are Hall of Famers. Okay, great. So I asked him, what does this have to do with the MVP conversation we're having? He blew a head gasket and left. And he left the chat on X too. So I don't get where he's going. That's what I was trying to find. It's like, so are is he trying to say Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be the MVP or no? Because I don't think he's the MVP of that team even. And that's what we were talking about was who MVP candidates.
And unfortunately, I mean, you guys are right. That unfortunately, I think unless he breaks Dickerson's record, Taylor's not as good of a season as Taylor's going to have, as great of a season as he's going to have. If he doesn't get hurt, he's not going to get it.
No, because look at the benchmark. The benchmark was set by Saquon last year, and he didn't even get it.
Well, I think if he would have broke Dickerson's record, he'd have got it.
But look what he did yesterday. Probably last year, one of the greatest seasons by NFL running back in over a decade, and Josh Allen wins the MVP. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that tells you it's a quarterback-driven league. So it's going to be a Sam Darnold, and really, if you're going to look at someone in Indy, it's going to be Jones. They're going to look at Caleb because of what he's doing late in games, the way he's leading the team. They're going to look at Drake May. They're going to look at Patrick Mahomes if they storm back into the season. You can look at Josh Allen if he rights the ship over there because they're the perennial big names. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the guy with the most flashy big wins, right? The flashy big wins and clutch moments is going to be the guy who gets one. Aaron Rodgers won it back to back. It wasn't because he was like destroying everyone statistically. He was pulling magic out of his hat to win games, and that's why he won the MVP.
Right. I sit here and I think about it, and the people have lost. It's not the offensive player of the year. It's the most valuable player. Go by definition, the most valuable player. If you take, and I'm going to get on the Jonathan Taylor train on this one. If you take Jonathan Taylor off the Colts, where are the Colts right now? They're fighting for the number 1 draft pick. Let's be honest. If you took Drake May off of the Patriots, same song, second verse.
Yep.
You take Caleb off the Bears. Yeah. Probably, yeah. If you take, these, but you look at these guys, Darnold with Seattle, okay, could they do some things with Walker and with Smith and Jigba and all that kind of stuff? If they didn't have Darnold, maybe not.
And gun guy,
so they forget the definition of the award instead of it's the most valuable quarterback, not the most valuable player.
And gun guys say, hey, Caleb ain't got the status, and he laughs about it. Like, yeah, you're right, because he doesn't have the status, but he's getting that status. What he's done the last couple of weeks are changing even the perception of him in the national media, the way they talk about him is. And it was funny because you watched the Cincinnati game. Adam Archuleta took every opportunity he could to shit on Caleb. In fact, when he threw the game-winning touchdown, you could hear Archuleta in the back going, "Oh no!" He was mad the Bears won that game. Go to the last week with Greg Olsen, totally different vibe. He's like, "Wow, he's really doing. This is not his fault. This isn't his fault. This is what. Okay, yeah, he might maybe can do this better." It was a totally different vibe. Caleb is getting that stats, and that's the other piece of it. You take a guy who before the season said he has no chance. All of a sudden now he's already won more games this year than they did last year, and we're only 9 games in. and they become a playoff team, or God forbid they win the division, Caleb's in that conversation, and he makes himself have that status. They got to earn that status, and he's earning that status now.
Wow.
Be what it may. I mean, he's a dark horse. I'm not saying he's a front runner or anything close to that, but right now he's making a case to be a dark horse.
No.
I mean,
But you're right, though.
He still hasn't changed my mind completely yet.
I mean, well, that's what I'm saying, though. That's why he's making that case. But you're right, though. Like, with the MVP, they have forgotten it, because there are some defensive players we should add in there, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There are defensive players that should be included in there. But you're talking about Caleb, and you still see when there's the reaction he has when guys drop passes. Or when the craziest one, and this is where I see those little lights coming on. He throws a ball 4 foot over a guy's head, and then he's mad at the receiver he can catch it. Or you see him starting to go, toward the receiver and that kind of deal. Dude, he could have been on a ladder and he wasn't catching that ball.
But you know what, though? He shakes it off and comes back to the next play and whatever. I mean, and some of those, like, you could, like the one game, the Zacchaeus game, the drop he had in the Washington game, if Zacchaeus caught that ball, he'd still be running, right? Because there was no one who was going to stop the guy. I mean, so Caleb, yeah, he shows some frustrations, but then the next play, okay, he moves on to the next play. That's the Ben Johnson coaching, right? Ben Johnson's made a huge impact. And Caleb, Gun Guy saying he's about 7 TDs short right now. Yeah, maybe. I mean, but once again, you look at what they did end of games and what he's done to end of games the last couple of weeks. Dude, that's going to drive voters. That drives these voters who vote for these things. When they go, yeah, but remember what he did against New York? Remember what he did against Cincinnati? Remember what he did in this game? Those are the things that, so the numbers, the MVP doesn't always have the best numbers. In a lot of cases, he doesn't. When Aaron Rodgers won it, he didn't always have the best numbers. Sometimes it was just because he was pulling magic to win games.
Well, and see, you mentioned Rodgers, okay? And this is part of the reason why I didn't want Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Caleb is Rodgers 2.0 to a large degree when it comes to that stuff. Did you see the look on Rodgers' face when he overthrew Metcalf? He overthrew Metcalf by 10 freaking yards.
Sometimes when those guys do it and they're pointing, I don't know if they're pointing, say, hey, I got you, that was me, or hey, what the fuck, why didn't you catch that? I mean, obviously you don't know what they're saying on the field, but
when you read the lips, you read his lips, he's going, you should have had that.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider-Man? Inspector Gadget? I mean,
Inspector Gadget.
Freaking grief.
Megatron, maybe. Yeah.
That pass, you couldn't have caught that thing with a spring in your foot. There was no possible. He threw. Now, granted, being pissed off at ones like the one with Calvin Austin that went right through his hands, bounced up and got picked. Okay, be pissed at Austin because he should have had that one.
And you know what, Rich?
A ball,
I think, what I think, Rich, too, like, and unfortunately, that interception counts against Rodgers. I think those interceptions should be wiped from the quarterback's record. If your receiver had it and then bounces off from whatever, that interception's on the receiver. We've all seen it happen to our quarterbacks for all our teams. The quarterback puts it where it's supposed to be. The receiver jacks it up and it ends up being an interception, and now it's the quarterback's fault. Like, no, the quarterback was perfect. It was another player who screwed it up on his own team, and now you're penalizing the quarterback for it. I hate that stat. That's what I hate about interceptions.
Sure, they need to put another stat line in there.
Yeah.
Kind of like they do for walks and intentional walks.
Yeah.
Put another stat in there. It's interceptions or forced interceptions and tipped interceptions or whatever.
My wide receiver fucked up interceptions.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, an interception like that shouldn't count against the quarterback.
No.
I don't care who the quarterback is. We saw one happen last night. I'll think of who the receiver was in a second. At the end of the game. And hit him right here.
Well, even some of the fumbles that get attributed on a handoff between a quarterback and the running back, the quarterback takes his hand off the ball, goes to the running back, and the running back doesn't secure it. The quarterback gets dimed with the fumble. Really? That's the running back's fault.
Well, it's just like, to me, and I know we're mixing metaphors here.
Yeah.
Shortstop takes a ground ball, throws it to first in the dirt, and the first baseman doesn't dig it out. It's an E6. It's an E3. The first baseman has one job.
Yeah.
One job. Catch the ball. That's the only job he's got. You don't catch. I don't care. If it's within your reach, you should catch it, especially if it's in the dirt.
Yeah.
You don't catch it, it's an E3, not an E6. Now, if you airmail one in the fourth row, yeah, that's an E6.
It's been a fun night. We've had it all tonight. We've had fireworks. We've had comedy.
Had people leave.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. We had the people get kicked off by fucking StreamYard.
We've had it all.
Feedback. I missed that one.
We've had the
Hoss got booted by
I was the one that got kicked off by StreamYard.
Yeah.
Fucking dipshit StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
Rab with his feedback finally gave up.
Yeah, I guess we have had it all tonight.
Then JB gets mad at me because I asked him what Jameer Gibbs has to do with the conversation we're having. But yeah,
he got mad because you cut him off. He gets cut off a lot on this channel, unfortunately.
Well, he gets cut off everywhere because he never like here's what'll happen. You ready? There's a break, so then you'll jump in, right, and start talking, and he gets all mad because he didn't jump in. It's like he's waiting for everyone to say, JB, are you going to say something? And like he won't jump in, and then like two people jump in at the same time. He gets frustrated with it because now we're cutting him off, but you both jumped in at the same time. The other guy kept going, so instead of getting frustrated, wait for them to stop and then jump in yourself. Yeah. And like I cut him off only because I wanted to know, like, ask him a question, which is what I was doing, is asking him questions like, what does this have to do with the conversation we're having now? That was all I was asking him. Like, I get you want to pump up your boy, but what's this got to do with the conversation we're having?
Right.
And then, you know, I mean, he could have barely said, well, it really doesn't have much, but maybe I can make a case for him. I was like, all right, cool. But instead, he went scorched earth and leaves everything because how dare someone question him mid-take? I get questioned mid-take all the time. So, you know, it is what it is. He'll be fine. JB's
I was
fine.
taught a long time ago, somebody gets mad, they'll get glad again.
Yeah. We'll go drink some beers later. Even though he's in Minnesota, Michigan, and I'm in Florida, but we'll figure it out. And we're gonna have great games.
Figured out.
And we got great games as well. Look, here's the other thing with Lions fans, you guys, because you guys don't deal with Lions fans like I do. Dare you say anything bad about the Lions these days? Because if you do,
right now,
you get the barrage of, oh my God, you don't know what you're talking about. But it's like, dude, like the Lions, they've played good, but every time, even on this show, I've said, they're the best team in football right now. And then they go lay a goose egg. And so coming into their game this weekend, I'm like, you know, when I said, oh, they could lose this game, they're ready to jump all over me. It's like, but they could lose this game. It's not like they haven't played some goose egg games. I mean, come on, you lost that. What was that? They won this week big over Washington, which is not even close to the same team that Chicago faced. Right? This is a team in Washington that's been deteriorating week to week to week to week to week. But the week before that, they lost at home in a game they should have won to Minnesota. So they've laid some goose eggs. Week one, I give them credit for because it was week one. But they've laid some goose eggs after week one, even too. And like they don't account for teams improving, other injuries. And then like if there's injuries, the injuries, oh well, we've had injuries, that's their excuse. But if you have injuries, that's not an excuse. So I deal with the NFC North we're an interesting division. So what's an excuse for me can't be an excuse for you. You know, my team's infallible at all times. And look, I get it. For Lions fans, they had so many years of not winning. Now this is their third year of success in a row. I get it, but they're almost worse than the Packer fans were. But I get that because look how bad the Packer fans treat every other fan base in the North. So I get that. It's a kid who's been bullied for 30 years, finally has their moment in the sun, so they're going to put it back on everyone. But yet here, us Bears fans, we supported the Lions to a large bit, until they started throwing shit at us. Like, well, I'm not going to support you no more. Like, I was cheering for them until they started talking stupid shit about, oh, well, Chicago's never been good. It's like, dude, at least we have a Super Bowl trophy. We've been to a Super Bowl in the last 30 years. Or in this century.
Did you guys talk at all about the top 12? The playoff rankings?
No.
No, we
got
did
them
this.
right here.
I saw.
Yeah, we did this morning.
Yeah, I got the new rankings that came out this evening. BYU is 12, OU 11, Texas 10, Notre Dame 9, Oregon 8, Ole Miss 7, Guns Up, Texas Tech 6, Georgia 5, Bama 4, A&M 3, Indiana 2, and Ohio State 1. Thoughts?
You lost me at college.
Well, I'm kind of shocked to see South Florida with that 12th spot in the bracket where Memphis had it a week ago. But after I'm looking at the bracket. I'm talking about the bracket where
I'm looking
if
at
it was the
the
playoffs
top
today,
25.
I'm looking at the bracket
top
projection.
25 that came out a couple hours ago. BYU is
I'm looking at
South Florida is 24.
Well, they put. I'm talking about when the playoffs start. If South Florida were to win the conference, they give them that 12th spot. They'd have South Florida projected to play Georgia in the first round. So this is the bracket projection they came up with. They put South Florida and Georgia in a matchup where the winner play Alabama. Then they have projecting Notre Dame and Oregon. Well, it's the same shit. Winner play Ohio State, which they won an Oregon-Ohio State rematch. Then they had Miami, Texas Tech, where the winner would play A&M. Give me an all-Texas battle if this were to happen. And then the last one, you got Texas and Ole Miss, where the winner would play Indiana. If we got Arch Manning versus Trinidad Chambliss, Ole Miss probably would win that.
Yeah, probably. And I'll tell you what, man, anybody that sleeps on Indiana, I've watched them play quite a bit this season.
Fernando's
They're not
my
going to play
Heisman
Ohio
pick.
State.
If it's the Big Ten title game,
boy, I'll tell you what. They will, yeah, but I'm saying in the regular season.
No, they won't.
That Big Ten title game is going to be unreal. I think the SEC title game is going to be unreal. And I think the Big 12 title game is going to be really good with Texas Tech and Brigham Young.
Yeah, we get a rematch. I couldn't believe the score. Like, they blew them out of the freaking Lubbock. Like, I thought it was going to be close.
They came out. Jamie McGuire was an assistant at Baylor for a bunch of years, and I got to know Jamie pretty well. His coaching style is one that I wish any Steeler coach in the last 50 years would have had. Punch them in the mouth, and they keep punching them.
I should have took Texas.
Hey guys,
took Texas
I
Tech
do need
cover.
to go. I'm not trying to cut this college talk off, but I need to go. It's 11 o'clock.
No, I gotta go too. So
me too.
I'm not trying to kill the college talk, but like I said, like 6 o'clock comes early. And I know Ken's down there laughing at us because he's every night's Friday and every morning Saturday for the rest of his life.
I have to get up by 9 a.m. During the week on
9 a.m.
My only sleep-in day is Saturday, so not every morning Saturday. I get to sleep in Saturday, which means I'm usually up by 9 anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's rough. I don't. It depends on the little man because the little man's been getting early, so I've been waking up earlier because of the grandbaby. So that's a good excuse to get up early.
But you can get me at Sports Talking on Twitter, guys. You can also get me on the Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube. Rich, I don't know if we're gonna go tomorrow night. I'm supposed to be getting this furnace fixed. My house is 50 degrees right now. It's really warm.
Hey, it's not a problem, man. Just let me know.
So
no big deal.
I need to get that fixed just because you know what I mean. Like, it's
priorities, man. It's priorities.
Well, hey, look, at least your fridge doesn't work. Your food will still be cold.
I don't want my fridge not to work and my food still be cold.
With the snow they've had, he can go ahead and put it out in the backyard.
Yeah,
we don't have any. We didn't get any snow. We didn't get any lake effect.
Oh, really?
I did.
Okay,
I got flurries, but I mean nothing worth talking about.
gotcha. Well, if you don't get me tomorrow, normally me and this guy to my right, this guy, that
Lex.
guy, we do Steel City Sports Talk on Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. But you can get me on Twitter, Big Rich 8371. Facebook is just my name, Rich Richardson, and working on a couple of things, not only for Two Tire Change for next season, which we'll get that back started right after the holidays for the 2026 season, all the changes there. But also, Haas, at some point here in the next week or two, I need to get with you about this wrestling thing because I think we'll be able to do this, and I think I may have a little bit of backing for us.
Ooh.
Not
Well,
necessarily in the terms of financial, but in the terms of credibility.
I
So.
plan on. I might just do something on my own this week because I need to talk about what happened last night. That was historic. So let me know.
Oh yeah, we have a Grand Slam champion now.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, if you two wanted to talk tomorrow night and let me get my furnace fixed, that'd be cool.
Yeah. What do we call this? Rich and Haas are driving to the ring. Give me a name.
Get in the damn car. We're driving.
I don't know that we necessarily have to put a name to it. We can just do a special edition of,
Wrestling.
whatever.
Talking
I
wrestling.
need you to come with me. We're going to do something that might get us put in jail. And the response should be, whose car are we taking, yours or mine?
Fuck it. Just call it Rich and
Right.
Haas.
There you go.
There you go.
And you
There
can
you go.
catch me at Ken the Bear Fan on X, Ken the Bear Fan on Rumble, Ken the Bear Fan on YouTube. You can also catch me at the Huddle Sports Network, at Mike the Bear Fan on Facebook, at Huddle Sports Network on Facebook. Don't forget Monday through Friday, every morning 10 a.m. Central. I do the morning show. Tomorrow night we'll have the morning show, and in the evening at 7 p.m. Central we'll have House Hall Report. We'll recap the game against the Giants. We will not look forward to the Minnesota game because we do that on Sunday for your pregame at 11 a.m. Central at all my locations. And, of course, I'm here every Tuesday. I may or may not be welcome on JB's Roundtable tomorrow night. We'll find out and see. You might be mad at me. I don't know.
I forgot all about that.
Well, I'll be
That's
down.
a fun show, though. That I like the show we do tonight and that show he does. Actually, in a way, better than the morning show in Hal's. I have more fun with them because we just do a whole different range of what I normally do. But his show on Wednesday is fun because we do our pick'ems. The pick'ems are always fun. So
I like the pick'ems.
Yeah, but of course, on X, give me the follow. If you can give me the follow and the like on Rumble. I need 70 more followers on Rumble.
Yeah, speaking of which, I am on Rumble.
so let me-
It's Big Rich Richardson on Rumble. I forgot about
And
that.
I follow you.
You do, and I follow you.
Yeah, amazing how that
I
works.
follow the bottom. I don't have the tops on my Rumble.
Uh-oh. Well, guys, it's been nice knowing him as Rich is now booted.
I didn't know Rich was on Rumble either. I just found that out.
See, you learn something new every day, man.
Haas, how it
let me know
gets
what
you.
time you want to go live. Just let me know what time you want to go live tomorrow. I'll just, if we're going to be longer past 9 o'clock, I'll move my show to 10 o'clock Central for On the Go.
Yeah, we
I can
can-
move it to 10 o'clock.
I'm sure we can do it all in an hour. You want to do 8?
Yeah, I mean, just what we're going to talk about: John Cena becoming a Grand Slam champion, war game like ideas of if they make it 4-on-4 or 5-on-5. I mean, I can bring up some shit.
Yeah, because I mean they're 3-on-3 right now, but we both know they're not going to go 3-on-3 for war games. It's going to be 4-on-4 or 5-on-5. They've got the women's set up already.
I think they're gonna make the women 5-on-5, but I'll bring it up tomorrow. I had an intro video I showed you, but you told me there can't be no talking in the background, so I'm gonna have to go fix that.
Yeah, it's kind of like the music end of things. You can use the music in the background. Like when I do a commercial, I can use music in the background. I just can't use the lyrics. Same thing with that. And sometimes they'll even try and clip you for using the video without the audio.
I mean,
So,
I mean,
we'll
I
get it
might
figured
just,
out.
I might not even have video clips. I might just have that graphic image I showed you of the ring with the lights flashing. I might just take the other shit off and just leave that. And it'll just be words popping up like recaps, predictions, spoilers, breaking news. Driving to the Top Production presents Rich and Haas.
Okay.
There we go.
Make it simple so we don't get in trouble. But see, I never got in trouble with the video I made for my intro. I ain't never got in trouble for that.
That's because you live in Louisiana and they're
And
afraid
I'm not saying you definitely would, but if WWE comes across it, then you'd get some sort of cease and desist.
Yeah.
And don't forget Happy Vets Day for all the vets out there. I think we've said it a few times, but I'll say it one more time.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
And look, they're not going to go up their hoss because if they do, they know they're going to end up in the bayou somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they're never going to be seen again. So they'll leave Haas alone.
Well, what's that? What's that prison they're building in Florida? The Gator Alcatraz.
But hey, guys, I'm checking out. I will see you all. I will see you all soon.
The Gator Alcatraz.
Somewhere
outside Fort Myers.
Let's message tomorrow and get everything hammered out. But if I don't hear otherwise, plan on 8.
All right. Oh yeah, no. I had this planned out. I got a guest coming on, but I'm gonna do the week of his very last match. I'm doing a tribute show for John Cena on a Thursday night. The December 11th. By the way, I'm doing a tribute show. But if we get this thing rolling, then it could be an episode for us. And next Tuesday, I'm gonna do a tribute for Eddie Guerrero because it's the 20-year anniversary of his death. So
yeah,
I already got this tomorrow and next week already lined up. But we'd have to miss open mic for that unless we do it after open mic.
I can't do after.
Unless we skip open mic, but
well, I mean, because we got something that we can. I mean, and then when we get done, we could jump in if we need to.
And I will say this: John Cena does follow me on X.
I mean, we do it at 7. Do it at 7 o'clock. Before.
Are you sure it's John Cena?
Yeah, no, it's his account. It's his verified account. He follows like 1 million people, so it's nothing special. But check your X.
Follow me.
He doesn't, or does?
Well, he is a big football guy.
Yeah, he's followed me for about a year.
No, he don't follow me. No,
I'm surprised Seth Rollins doesn't. I'm surprised Seth Rollins doesn't follow you because he's a huge Bears fan.
Yes, and here's his ex presence. This is it. On Sunday, I love football after the Bears won. You won't see another tweet from him until after the Bears game, and whether either tweet one of two things. Either I love football or I hate football. That's all he does.
No, I stole that from him when LSU loses. I post I hate football. I stole that from him because everybody gets a laugh out of it. Everybody gets a laugh out of it. No, when they win, I just talk shit. No, when we lose, that's the only time I post that. And I post it everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, X, Snapchat.
Yeah, Seth is slacking. He isn't following me yet. So come on, Seth. What's the deal, man?
Well, at least you're not blocked by Ryback. I'm blocked by Ryback.
Oh, jeez.
Because I told him he needed to retire.
Oh my goodness. And he blocked you.
Yeah, because I told him the truth. Like, dude, retire.
Wow.
I got followed for a while, and I'm not sure exactly. I think his account got hacked and he switched it. But Aaron Stevens, who used to be Damian Sandow, he followed me for quite a while. And I'm sorry, that to me is one of the best gimmicks ever. I loved that whole thing.
Oh yeah, the intellectual one, Damian Sandow,
the intellectual savior of the masses.
Yeah, you're welcome. I love what he just said.
And the Mizdow thing was even better. Whenever he was Mrs.
Stump Double, Mrs. Stump Double. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Some of that stuff. When I hear his theme song, I think of Christmas Vacation when Clark lights up the house.
One guy that follows me who might be surprising you guys is John Cryer.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
2.5 Men.
Yeah. And we connected. we connected for other reasons, and then we had actually him and I during the election had a discussion why he hates Trump and why I was voting for Trump. And it was a very respectful conversation between the two of us. And we agreed to disagree on who we were voting for, but we had a great conversation. And now he doesn't really post on X. He's mostly on Blue Sky, like a lot of the left-leaning people went, but he still is on X now and then. But we follow each other. And I've had a conversation with him. So that's one though you wouldn't expect from me. If you look at my X and my politics, you would think you and John Cryer, like you're opposite ends of the spectrum politically, but we're really closer than politically what people. He just didn't like Trump for personal reasons. So I get where he's at, but like really, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. I like him a lot. I just watched the Charlie Sheen thing they did on Netflix and the interview with him. Like he's just spot on. I mean, he's a good dude. So. Yeah, you get some surprising people who follow you on these platforms, man. It's like one day my buddy said, hey, go check and see if John Cena follows you. Like, holy shit, he does. I think he just follows a lot of military people, too. So.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true, too.
But I was on a list
I've got
today
two.
with him. Someone put out a list, and there was John Cena, a couple other people I know, and then me. I'm like, how am I on a list with John Cena? But okay.
Well, I don't know if you guys have ever listened to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. But Nephew Tommy is a stand-up comic.
I love Nephew Tommy. I love the prank phone calls.
He follows me. We used to carry Steve Harvey. We had Tommy down here, and I actually still have his cell phone number. We've talked a couple of times in the last couple. When I got sick, he called me and that kind of thing.
I probably heard it on
really
the radio,
super good dude. And but there's him, and then Clint Hurdle. Former Rockies manager, Pirates manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, it follows me. We've had a couple of nice little conversations. Adam and I have been trying to get him to come on the show, and we can't get it scheduled out right.
Well, that's like, you know who the older millennial is? You ever seen the older millennial?
No.
Yeah, he was big on TikTok, Facebook Reels on X. He's a big Eagles fan. And we keep missing each other. And he does a lot of really great stuff on X. And, he's a big football fan. And we were going to have him on last year, and then wires got crossed. But, we just keep not connecting. We follow each other, but we keep missing each other for doing a show. Time scheduling. That's the way it works, scheduling. But it's funny what people follow you on social media and the people you interact with. It's just kind of sometimes it's interesting. You see, wow, so and so follows me, or I got a like by Elon. I've had posts liked by Elon, which blew my mind that Elon would even see me. Mm-hmm. But he has a few times, so been lucky there. But cool. Yeah, John Cena, get to work, boys. John Cena follows a lot of people.
There we go. Well, I definitely I got to head out of here, man. It's already 10 o'clock, so it's going to get here early.
I'm going to go shower, so.
I'm going to try to watch a couple. I've been binge watching the White Lotus. I just started season 3, so I'm going to watch a few episodes before I go to bed.
Did all of you guys give how people can get a hold of you?
Not me.
Boss needs to.
Big Hosh 337 on X. My show on the go at undergo_TXLA. I usually go live on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Central, and I will go live tomorrow night following Rich and Haas talking wrestling tomorrow for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I like your choice. I like your choice. The hockey team tonight. That's a good hat.
Yeah, because when was the last time? WrestleMania we talked?
Yeah, that's the last time.
Woo, that was a long time.
We did a prediction show, if I remember right.
Yeah. So like, whose little deal we're gonna do this on? We're doing it on mine, or are we doing it on Sports Talking It, or what? That way I know who to send the intro to.
I can just pull it up here on StreamYard, and then I can go ahead and set everything up, and I'll send you a link. So then that way you'll have a link to send to whoever.
Well, I have the account saved on my phone and on the PC, so I can just hop in whenever. Because when I get off, I got to make a link for tomorrow's episode. So for my show tomorrow night after our talk, so I got to do that too.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get this done early then, so that way you've got it immediate, whenever it's available, whenever it's convenient for you.
All right, yeah. Just let me know what time you want to go on. We can go on at
Let's
7 or 8 Central. It don't matter.
look 8. I mean, is 8 going to be okay for you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That way, when
Yeah,
it's
let's do
over,
8.
I can just jump straight to mine and click go live. Yeah.
Yeah,
We can
we
do
do
that.
like 45, 55 minutes, and then you can jump into your thing.
Oh yeah. I don't. Yeah. Perfect. Because we ain't have nobody interrupting us. Should be a smooth talk. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it.
No JB.
He still
All
watches
right.
wrestling.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we definitely appreciate all of y'all following us because this whole bowl of fruits and nuts that we got running around here driving to the top. We have some fun times. You never know what's going to happen. I say it all the time. You never know what's going to happen on open mic night. Till next Tuesday night, for Big Rich, for Haas, and for Ken the Bear fan. We'll see you later. So long, everybody.
Bear down.